The Force is strong with this one. I just completed a Jedi Temple Guard commission build. I'm going to show you how I did it today on Darth Rage Reviews.
Darth Rage Reviews, your source for the Force? Nah, for the Republic!
Greetings, Force fans, and welcome to another episode of Darth Rage Reviews, your source for the Force. So today will be a short video. This is just a little show off of this here Jedi Temple Guard helmet that I've completed. This is a commission project. Did this for the same gentleman that I did the Phase 1 Clone Trooper helmet. And I gotta say, I am very pleased with this little thing. So he's made some adjustments to it. Should have seen like these kind of like ear pucks on the outside, and he did not want those. I tend to agree. I think it looks better without them. So yeah, this was basically just a finishing and a painting project for me. A little more finishing required than the original Clone Trooper helmet that I did, but I feel like I did a really good job. Simple process, excellent result. So why don't we take a look at the process and see kind of what it took to take this unfinished helmet and create this beautiful masterpiece. Let's take a look. So this was primarily a finish and paint job, and I start everything off with filler primer. You spray it all with filler primer, and that kind of makes you realize where the work has to happen. And I come through in sand. You sand after every step. Just make sure you're sanding. I think I'm using a 200 grit here. And then I'm applying Bondo glazing spot putty to all those really tough places. Now I did this several times across the whole thing. Filler primer, sand. Bondo, sand. You're rinsing in between each step. Filler primer, sand, rinse. Bondo, sand, rinse. Over and over and over until you are left with something that is ready to paint. I think this took me 4 or 5 passes to really get this thing looking stellar. But I got it looking good. Also used a did some manual sanding and some automatic sanding. Then it's time for the filler primer, or sorry, the white primer. And with white primer, I can only suggest very light coats. I probably did 6 or 7 very, very light coats so it wouldn't dribble up. Then it's on to the taping, and this is the most extensive tape job I have ever done. This probably took me an hour and a half, 2 hours to tape the whole thing. On to painting. When you paint, I always put that first color down, so I'm spraying down white just to pick up anywhere the tape didn't catch. Then it's that gold Rust-Oleum on top, nice metallic finish, and I'm very pleased this tape job came out perfect. I didn't have to really do anything to it. On to the weathering. So this is an acrylic black wash. I got this from a coworker, Mark. Thank you, Mark, for it. He uses it on his models, and it worked very, very well. So a black wash a couple times over, and then I'm on to doing some blaster and detail work. So where there were little imperfections in it, I'm just kind of coming through and making it to where those are blaster marks, weathering and such. This is just dry brushing with some acrylic black, and then coming in the center on some of these with some silver rub and buff just to give it that extra dimension. I really love how this thing turned out. And again, silver rub and buff in there just adds, a layer to those blaster marks, lightsaber marks, whatever it is. Finish it all with a gloss clear. This is the same way that I did the other one. You really want to do multiple very light coats. So I came through and I think I did 6 or 7 coats, very light, let it cure in between, and that is it. That's the process. You end up with a beautiful Jedi Temple Guard helmet. All right, that was the process. Simple process, a lot of the same things over and over. I like to call it lather, rinse, repeat. You've got to sand it, you've got to spray it with filler primer, you've got to Bondo, you've got to rinse it, sand it, spray it with filler primer, Bondo. Just do that over and over again until you get something that is smooth and looking pretty. So a couple other close-ups of this bad boy. Finished with a gloss clear coat. It gives it that kind of glossy shine you can see in there. This is a magnet separated helmet, so he did all that. I did none of that there. But yeah, he's going to add some elastic on the inside, I think, to hold this together. But this is ready to go and ready to ship off. So Nick, I hope you are happy with this and as pleased with the results as I am. This is a nice looking helmet. I think we can all agree. This is a very nice looking helmet. All right. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did enjoy this, please give me a like. Consider subscribing. If you liked this, you will like my other content. I promise you. As always, y'all, I am Darth Rage. This is Darth Rage Reviews, your source for the Force.
The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.